Okay, this guy comes home to his apartment on the 19th floor and he finds a cigar smoldering in the ashtray, and his wife's dressed in a negligee, and he gets kind of perturbed, and he works himself into such a dither, and he's screaming at the wife and everything, and so he works himself into such a dither that he starts throwing things out of the apartment window, and he throws some furniture out, and then he starts throwing the appliances out the window, and he drags over the stove, and he lifts up the stove and throws it out the window, and then he grapples with the fridge, and he hauls the fridge over to the balcony, and he lifts up the fridge and throws it over the edge, and during the course of doing that he has a heart attack and he dies, and he goes to heaven. And they're standing there at the pearly gates. There's a guy in front of him, and there's a naked guy standing behind him, and St. Peter says to the first guy, "How did you come here?" And the guy says, "Well, I was just walking down the street minding my own business, and this fridge came out of nowhere and landed right on top of me, and I died and I came to heaven." And he asks the second guy, "What happened to you?" And he says, "Well, I came home and I found this smoldering cigar butt in the ashtray, and my wife was dressed in her negligee, and I figured that she was having some hanky-panky, so I got upset and I started throwing things out the window, and when I lifted the fridge over the balcony I had a heart attack and I died and I came to heaven." And St. Peter asked the third guy, the naked guy, "What happened to you?" And the guy says, "Well, I was just sitting in the fridge minding my own business." It's a long carry, and you got to get over the water. Joe, what are you doing? You're walking right.
Oh, sorry.
We use that as a blooper.
Sorry.
We use that as a blooper. Okay.
When the hell was I now?